Hey guys, how you doing today? Dr. Stephen Akintayo here, and today I want us to look at the laws of money. Anyway, there are more than one laws of money, and I promise you today is going to be a fantastic show. As you're joining me, of course, share this with as many people as you know, your friends, get more people to come. We're going to be learning something really, really powerful. Live from here, Houston. By the way, tomorrow we're launching our 19-acre property estate here. It's called Jasper River Smart Estate. Okay, so if you're anywhere around Texas, don't want to miss it. But today we'll look at the laws of money. Everybody type the laws of money. Come on. I'll be sure you're here and you can hear me very clearly. I want everybody to type the laws of money. Come on, I'm waiting, everyone. I need your energy. Let's go. The laws of money. So first of all, let me say that money is available to everyone that obeys the laws, right? So laws are universal in nature. And one beautiful thing about laws is it doesn't matter, it doesn't answer to religion, race, color. So whoever obeys the law gets the benefit of the law, right? And this world is governed by laws and principles. That's what governs the universe. So whoever obeys the law, whether they are good people or bad people, the law works in their favor as long as they obey the law. I've heard people say to me, Dr. Stephen, how come good people, I've seen good people who are poor? I said, well, the law of money doesn't answer to being good. Maybe going to heaven answers to that. But the law of money does not answer to being good, right? Even if you are the worst human being on earth, if you obey the laws of money, you have as much money as you desire in this world. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, everybody say it makes sense, it makes no sense. I want to be sure you can all hear me and we're good. So let me start by the first law of money. And that law says money answers to value. Okay? Money answers to value. Money answers to value. Everybody type money answers to value. Can everybody type it? Money answers to value. That's the first law of money I'm going to be teaching. Money answers to value. So for many, many years of my life, I just wanted to be rich. I was tired of poverty. I hated the fact that I was born poor. And I wanted success. I wanted wealth. But something strange happened. The more I looked for money, the poorer I got. Okay? And for many, many years, I just really couldn't understand it. Why is it I really wanted to be rich, but I kept getting poor? The more I chased money, the poorer I got. And it took me years of reading books on money and attending seminars on money to finally get the secret. Money does not answer to those who chase it. Money only answers to value. In fact, money itself is chasing something. That's why they call it currency. Everybody say currency. Currency is from the word current. So, money is always chasing, okay, value. So, money is on the move. And what happened when money begins to chase you? I hope you know. Some people are chasing money, and then there are some of us, money is chasing us. How many of you know that some of us, people like Stephen Akintayo, it is money that is chasing us? If you know, by the way, type I know. If you don't know, type I don't know. Okay? While a lot of people are chasing money, there are some of us like Stephen Akintayo, money is the one chasing us. Right? And simply, how does money begin to chase you? You put yourself in the line of value. You start chasing value, and money naturally will start chasing you. It's just the way it works. Okay? The day you begin to prioritize value is the day money will prioritize you. Come on, I love that. This is good. The day you begin to prioritize value is the day money begins to prioritize you. It's as simple as ABC. Right now, okay, I'm on a project of almost 200 million. The first project is about $150 million. The second one is one we're launching tomorrow. It's between 40 to 50 million dollars. Right? We're going to be building over 60 single family homes, right? Ranging from 600 to $1 million. Now, by the time we're done, the one we're going to be putting in between 40 to 50 million will be worth $100 million when we're done building the estate. It will practically worth $100 million when we're done. Now, so if you see me 3 years from now, and then I'm doing a video like this, and I'm showing you my estate, and I say, oh, I built this estate, okay, and this estate is worth $100 million. Now, you probably will look at me again, and then look at me again, and say, this man is a lucky man, right? He's just so lucky. How does a black man come to America, an immigrant, and then build $100 million estate? Okay? The man chased value, that's why. Okay? He decided to chase value. What is the value? We're going to be building houses for people. But we're not just building any type of house. We're making it green. We're making it smart. In other words, you don't need to connect to national grid. We're giving you solar. We're giving you wind energy. Right? We've chose the right location that is close to a river, beautiful ambience. It's an estate inside an estate. Bottom line, Stephen Akintayo chased value. Right? Going after, oh, let's do a launch. Today now, we've sent people there clearing the land. Right? Some people are doing banners. Work has started to just add value. So money is a reward for valued offer. Law 1 of money. So as anytime you're saying to yourself, I want more money, do you know what you should be asking yourself? What value can I offer? Oh, I love this. Everybody type it. From today, anytime I think money, I must think value exchange. Come on, everybody type it quickly. I want all of you to type it right now. Anytime I'm thinking money, I must think value exchange. What this simply means that every time I'm thinking of, how do I make more money? Okay, I want to be rich. Then you should be thinking, what value can I exchange? Okay, what value can I offer? Okay, what can I give so that I can get this money that I desire? Right? Anytime you're thinking, oh, I want to get this, I want to buy this, I want this, just keep asking yourself, what value can I exchange? And since I started thinking like this, my life changed totally. That was the end of poverty for Stephen Akintayo. The year I made up my mind to say, oh, I get it. Money answers to value. And so anytime I need money, I just need to think value exchange. What value is equivalent to the amount of money I need? So what is this telling you? Stephen Akintayo on a project has created value worth $100 million. And I encourage all of you tomorrow, don't miss it. Send me a DM. I'll send you the address. It's free to attend. Come for the launch of our Jasper River Smart Estates, Richmond, Texas. Right? It's tomorrow in Richmond. And you're going to see it. And I think it will be so practical for you to understand what we're talking about. Anytime you're thinking money, you must think exchange. That's number 1 law of value. Are you ready for number 2? Law of money. Come on, if you're ready for number 2, type I'm ready, I'm ready. Number 2 law of money. Number two. So number one, value exchange. Okay? Number one, value exchange. Once you offer value, you are guaranteed to get money in exchange as long as you offer value. Number two, okay? Are we ready? Oh, okay. Number two laws of money is that money is meant to work for you and not you working for money. And simply what this says is that as long as you continue to work for money, you will lack it. Okay?
I think it'll be good.
As long as you continue to work for money, you will lack it. Until the day money begins to work for you. So there are two ways to make money actually. Number one, you can decide to work for money, and typically money comes in that is a way to just manage life. Work for money. Okay? Nobody that is rich in the world today works for money. Let me say that again. All the richest people in the world, all, not some, okay? None of them work for money. I'll say it again. All the richest people in the world, none of them work for money. Rather, money work for them. Okay? So, the law, number two law of money is that if you work for money, you lack it. If money work for you, you have it in excess. If you work for money, you lack it. If money work for you, you have it in excess. So what does this simply mean? It just simply means there are two ways to make money: passive income and active income. Everybody type passive income, active income. Everybody, come on, you can turn into a song. Passive income, active income, passive income, active income, passive income. Passive income, ni more like, yeah. So passive income, active income. Everybody write it down. Passive income, active income. And this will help you to understand the concept of working for money versus what money working for you. So if you earn active income, you are working for money. Okay? Let me say it again. If you earn active income, you're working for money. So what are examples of active income? Salary job is an active income. Example of active income, you are paid for a service. It's an active income. So if I'm a what do we call a handyman, that's active income. Okay, I own a restaurant, that's an active income. Okay, so what else? Singer, can you guys give me an example? I want you all to drop example of active income. Everybody, give me more example of active income. Anyone? Example. Footballer, active income. Musician, right? I don't care which musician you are. Davido, Burna Boy, anybody, you are getting active income. This is the reason why actor, actress, driver, consultant, pastor, active income. This is the reason why presenter, active income. This is the reason why you see some footballers used to be very rich, and when they stopped playing football, they became poor. This is the reason why you see some music artists died being poor and wretched, right? Because when they were singing and they had, good songs, raining songs, they were getting money. Okay? And because it's an active income, once you stop singing and releasing new album, you stop getting more money, right? So as soon as they stop making more money. So active income is a way of working for money because you have to do something, the money is given to you. Now, what is passive income? Passive income, on the other hand, is how people become rich. The other definition of passive income is let money work for you. So another definition of passive income is AKA money work for me. And what is passive income? Passive income simply means I must take a portion of my active income, okay, and send it on a message to multiply. So if I take a portion of my active income, right, and I buy shares, for as long as that company keeps doing well, I'll be getting dividends. Let's say I bought Apple shares. As long as Apple does well, okay, my money that I invested once in Apple will continue to what? Give me dividends in Apple. I hope this makes sense. So if I take my active income and I decide to buy a house that I rent it out to tenants, as long as the house is in good order, what happens? My tenants begin to pay me, and I keep making money from my tenants. Are we learning? Okay, come on, if you are learning, tap, I'm learning. So if I take money from my active income and I decide to buy crypto or trade forex, right? As long as I'm good in trading, or I get a reliable, trusted company to trade for me, what happened? Without having to put in more time, I am generating more money for myself. I hope we are learning, guys. If you're learning, tap, I'm learning. Now, if I decide also to start a company, okay, and that's why there's a difference between entertainment and the business of entertainment. So you could be an actor, and that's the difference. I'll give you an example. Can you give me a name of a broke actor? Can anybody give me the name of a broke actor? Anyone? Give me a name of a broke actor. Used to be rich, became broke. I think I would do Wesley Snipes. I don't know if you know Wesley Snipes. It's an African American actor, Wesley Snipes. If you know him, type I know him. I think Wesley Snipes went to jail for failing to pay tax or something, right? Right? I think so. So Wesley Snipes is a practical example of an actor who literally almost became broke, because now he couldn't pay taxes, he couldn't raise the money to pay his taxes, and had to go and serve in jail. Now, what's the difference between Wesley Snipes and Tyler Perry? Can anybody tell me the difference between Wesley Snipes and Tyler Perry? Come on. I need a very active, I want you to be very engaging, because this will help us more when we are participating. Who can tell, when it comes to wealth, both are actors, isn't it? Both act. But what's the difference between Tyler Perry and Wesley Snipes? Because this, if you understand this concept, then it will really, really change your life. Once you get this, then you've gotten it. The difference between Tyler Perry and Wesley Snipes. Anybody? Oh, nobody's giving me an answer. Tyler Perry is an investor. Tyler Perry has different sources of income. Yeah, you guys got it, but I wanted to look at it from the perspective of acting. Okay? So, Wesley Snipes is getting earned income. Tyler Perry is getting both earned income and passive income. So what do I mean? So Wesley Snipes is just employed to act in a movie. Tyler Perry decided to own the movie, owns the studio where the movie is produced. Are you seeing the lesson there? So what this means is, even if you give Tyler Perry money to produce a movie for you, because he owns the scripts, because he's the producer of the movie, you will have to be giving him royalties. Are we learning here? And that royalty that keeps coming to Tyler Perry becomes something that has continued to sustain him till today. So I was at an event a couple of weeks ago, and Tyler Perry was the one of the speakers. And you need to hear this. So Tyler Perry said, when he started all this My Dear stage play, right? He would go to different cities, rent their theater, and he would perform all this is My Dear series. But at some point, he decided to do a movie, right? Turned the My Dear to a movie, and was able to convince some cinemas to allow him do the movies and, turn it into a movie. And they told him, your movie ain't gonna work. Okay? It's not gonna work. And one of the things he told them, he said, okay, you know what? Let's do this. Don't pay me up front. Just invest and let's get the show on. Right? And let me be getting royalties, that's royalties. And I think he even asked them, what do you think the movie can do? And they told him, oh, well, your kind of movie, if it does $10 million, that's a good one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the movie eventually, I think, did over $100 million. Are we learning here? And in fact, the reason they gave him more shares, more equity, was because they believed it wasn't going to work. So it was like, well, if you want to take 30%, take it. Well, we're not even sure this thing was going to work anyway. So we give it to you. At the end of the day, the movie did well. The same thing happened to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger was into Terminator, became so famous, so that we all learn here. But unlike many other actors, I mean, if you know Sylvester Stallone. Okay? So let's do a comparison. Sylvester Stallone versus Arnold Schwarzenegger, so that you also get this. I just want this to sink in. You are going to be very rich once you understand the concept of active income and passive income. Once you get it, then you are rich for life. Right? So Sylvester Stallone owned the concept of Rambo. He wrote the script. Eventually got people to do this stuff for him. And then we have Arnold Schwarzenegger. Two different people. But hear this. Arnold Schwarzenegger was already a millionaire before he was already a millionaire before he even started acting. So how did he become a millionaire? He bought real estate. He was buying real estate. He used to work, and then from the money he was making, he started buying rental real estate. Buy it, keep it for a few years, sell it later. And so he became a millionaire from just selling real estate and paying his taxes. However, because he had understood the concept of passive income through the real estate business he was doing, after he made it big from Terminator, it wasn't his movie, he was just paid to act it, and he was so good at it. He then met some of these producers and said, you know what, I want to do a comedy movie. And they all started laughing. Like, Arnold, nobody will watch you as a comedian, right? You're too rigid. You are good with action movies. You're good with movies where you flex muscle. Why will anybody want to watch you, okay, act a comedy, funny movie? Nobody will watch it. So they went back and forth. They said, we're not going to waste our money. So at some point, they said, okay, you know what? Don't pay me, right, for the movie. Since you guys think it won't work, I will act for free. However, I want a percentage. I think he said he wanted 30% of whatever profits the movie does. Okay, but they shouldn't pay him up front. Then they looked at him and said, oh, oh, you think we're a fool? Let's sign it. Right? Since you're not going to get any money up front, well, let's sign. And they were excited to sign him. And that they will give him 30% of the money. But he will not get anything. So Arnold Schwarzenegger acted his first comedy film for free without being paid anything up front. Are we learning here? Passive income, active income. So let's quickly get it now. Which is the passive income here and which is the active income? If you had been paid to act, will that be a passive income or will that be an active income? Now, agreeing to say that they should give him 30% of whatever profit comes from the movie, will that be an active income or a passive income? Come on. I need your answer, guys. Come on, I need your energy. So, in this story I just told you, which is the passive income, which is the active income? I just want to be sure you guys get it. So, if he was to be paid for acting that comedy movie, would that be an active income or would that be a passive income? Okay? And then, for him to be getting a percentage, 30% from the profit of the movie, will that be a passive income or active? Okay, good. I have smart audience here. Oh, you guys are smart. So if he had been paid upfront, that would have been an active income. So agreeing to be paid, right, 30% from the profits, that was the passive income. Okay? And at the end of the day, guess what? The movie did so well. Did hundreds of millions of dollars. And Arnold Schwarzenegger became richer. Until tomorrow, if you ever do anything with that movie, you use a part of that movie to do an advert, and then you pay for it, Arnold Schwarzenegger is entitled to what? 30% of whatever you pay. So till the world ends, he's still going to be earning from those comedy movies that he did based on a percentage. Are we learning, guys? So a lot of us as people of color, part of why many of us are poor is that we have been used to this mindset. Pay me up front. Pay me up front. Pay me up front. I want my money today. I want to eat it now. I don't want it into the future. I'm quite smart. What if it doesn't work? What if it fails? I'm currently working on a project with a group of 4 investors. I'm just laughing that I'm gonna be making this guy bloody rich, right? Because each of them put in less than $100,000 into this particular real estate project, right? And then we'll together go ahead again and raise some more money. However, we'll finish that project with about 40 to 50 million. But once we're done with the project will be worth $100 million. Hear this. None of these 5 people will make less than $2 million from a project that they put in just $100,000. None of them. But guess what they've decided to do? They've decided to go for what? Passive income. To say, I want to earn from the profit. Now hear this, and this is very, very powerful. And you should write this down. Poor people are paid per job or per hour. Rich people are paid for results. Let me say that again. Poor people are paid per job or per hour. Rich people are paid for results. Zina Glam, hold on. I'm going to be taking questions later. So don't ask questions yet. Let me finish the thoughts. Then I'll take your question. So, poor people want to be paid right now. Everybody write it. Poor people are paid for their time, or they are paid instantly, right? Meanwhile, rich people are paid for results. So, in each real estate deal that I do, okay, what's happening? I have to be patient to go look for the good land. I have to be patient to get good contractors, give them the job to build the estates, walk through the contract, supervise what they're doing, come up with a concept, okay? The best concept that I think will help us to sell the houses at a better profit, okay? And I may have to wait, ladies and gentlemen, another 3 to 5 years. Are we together now? And in that 3 to 5 years, I can turn a $5 million to $100 million once the result of a beautiful estate comes out. I go into a bush, 17 acres, 20 acres, 40 acres. And then I turned that bush to a beautiful building, just like this, right? And then I build houses, I build massive stuff there. Okay? When the whole thing was a bush, nobody cares. But once I'm done, after 3 to 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, I make so much money. So poor people are paid right now. I'm doing the job for you, pay me for my job, and I'm gone. But rich people, true rich people, are paid for result. And result takes time, isn't it? Come on, are we learning? The laws of money. Result ultimately takes time. But if you don't see into the long term and be patient, and that is how Rambo movie made billions of dollars, the entire Rambo franchise. But guess what? Sylvester Stallone was not paid any passive income. He was only paid up front. Even though he owns the script, he owns the movie. He was the owner of the idea. But he didn't make. Till today, Sylvester Stallone hate talking about Rambo. And why he hated it was because the movie went on to make so much money. So much money. The producers and all of them were stinkingly rich from that movie. And he only earned active income. May we not fall victim of such. Can I get an amen? Where people will make billions from your ideas. And because you don't even understand the law of passive income, all you will get from the idea was the active income. And the people who are smart from your own idea will make passive income. Money that will keep coming. And till tomorrow, Sylvester Stallone that wrote Rambo is still not getting royalties from Rambo movie till tomorrow. And the guys who didn't come up with the idea, who didn't own it, are constantly making a kill every year from that movie franchise, even years afterwards. So you see why this subject is very important. You see why you must not break the law of money, because if you break it, you're going to suffer for it. So again, the law of money, number 2, says that what? Says what? Can anybody guess what's the law of money number 2 that we talked about? I want to be sure you guys are listening and that you're learning from this. What is the law of money number 2? Anyone? Law of money number 2. Anyone? Come on, talk to me. Law of money number 2. I'm waiting. Who is here? Money should work for you and not you work for money. Absolutely. Money should work for you and not you work for money. That is the law of money number 2. AKA, focus on passive income more than earned income. I still sit in conversations, and I see people fantasize over earned income. I'm going to do this. Dr. Steven, I'll make $1 million. And in my mind, I'm saying, what exactly can be the passive income in this thing? Can you focus on the potential passive income more than the current earned income? So for me, it's still my biggest secret today. Any business I'm doing will not just make me money in the now, but will make me money into the future. How many of you are aware that this video I'm giving you for free, videos like this will still make me millions of dollars in future? If you know, type I know. If you don't know, type I don't know. Right? You are lucky to get it for free. And this is what happened to people like Dale Carnegie. Right? When Dale Carnegie wrote some of those books, Think on How to Make a Friend, when Think and Grow Rich, all of these guys, when they did those movies and those books, they were not really that much. There wasn't much money to it. But after many of them were dead, okay, what their works were now highly sought after. The world now needed those stuff, right? Eventually, those books sold millions after the authors were dead. Look at The Greatest Salesman That Ever Lived by Odman Dingo. Powerful book. One of the most powerful books you can read. Many of these books didn't do well when they were alive. but he did so much. And that's what we're talking about, passive income. You must think of things you can birth today that will continue to generate and generate and generate and generate years after you're long gone. Your children's children will be kissing your picture and saying, "Mwah! God bless great grandpa Stephen Akintayo." Okay? Because this family earns at least $10 million every month from just his content alone, from just royalties from his books, his videos. God bless great grandpapa Stephen Akintayo. We love him, right? He made our own life better because he had foresight to create sources of passive income. Are we ready for number 3? If we're ready for number 3, tap "I'm ready." So I'll take number 3 and then we'll take questions and we'll wrap up. I will take part 2 of this at a later time, right? I'll take part 2 of this at a later time. Don't forget, tomorrow we're doing the launch of our estate here in Houston, Richmond. So if you can come, it's gonna be great. Come around. We're launching a 19-acre property here in Richmond, Texas. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Send me a DM if you want to be part of it. It's free for you to be part. It's free to attend. You're going to see our latest launch, our latest work. And some of what I'm sharing with you will become more real. And you'll be able to see it in detail, what I'm doing. Because I'm not into... I don't believe in just talking, right? I believe in showing. And I think some of what I've been sharing will become very practical when you come tomorrow and see the estate we're launching. And you can see the big picture that I have behind these estates that we're doing, okay? And this will help you in a great way. Number 3, laws of money. Okay, so number 1, law of money. Okay, money answers to value. Okay, money answers to value. Number 2, law of money. Right? Number 2, law of money. Okay, money, only those who make money work for them earn more of it. Okay, you earn more money if you allow money work for you. Okay, and you earn less money if you work for money. That's number 2. So number 2 simply just says, rather than focus on working for money, focus more on money working for you. Number 3, law of money. Okay, money only answers to good managers. Okay, so in other words, more money comes to those who manage it well. So number 2, law of money is that money will punish you if you mismanage it. And another way to put this is that only those who invest, only those who manage their earned income and turn it to a passive income ultimately become rich. Right? Let me say it again. Only those who invest their earned income see their earned income as a seed that needs to be planted, okay, to become a passive income, become rich. So what do I mean? A lot of the rich people in the world only spend the second, the third, the fourth generation of their money. They don't spend the first generation. And I'll break it down further, right? So if you are, let's say, a public speaker like me, I charge $20,000 to speak at events. So let's say you're a public speaker like me, and then they pay you $20,000 to speak. Right? Isn't that cool money? Now, if you decide to blow the entire 20,000, money will punish you in such a way that you will not earn more of such money again. But if you carry that $20,000 and say, no, this is a seed, because it's an end income. That's why we're saying that the number 2 law of money, number 3 law of money, simply means that money only rewards those who manage it well. Okay? And how do they manage it well? they turn the earned income into a seed or into a passive income. So if I take the $20,000 and I decide to buy, I'm just giving an example, a piece of land somewhere, and I leave that land for 10 years, and I go back, I say, I want to sell my land. And they say, well, your land is now worth $250,000. Do you see now? What happened? I have managed money well. So managing money well is not just about, oh, don't spend money. Well, sometimes you need to really spend money. Managing money well simply means you must turn your earned income into a passive income. Are we learning here? Come on, if you're learning, type, I'm learning. I need your energy. Talk to me. Are you learning? Is this helpful? So you must see that first income as a seed that must be converted to what? To a passive income. And that's the definition of managing money well. Those who do this will have a lot, much money in their lifetime. Okay? Will end their life full of so much money, more than they can live, more than they can spend in their entire life. Okay? But those who decide to say, you know what, I need to live good, I've gotten this money, we need to spend it, right? And they don't convert the earned income into passive income. Those are the people who live the rest of their life full of regret, full of pain. And I think this is where a lot of people miss it. I remember a story of a man who was telling his son, and I want you to write this word down: make time work for you. Everybody type, make time work for you. Can we all write it? Make time work for you. Everybody type, make money work for you. Right? Make money work for you. Come on, I'm waiting for all of us to type it. So this story was that of a man who was working in an organization, and he was the highest earner. This was in a particular church. He was earning the most of everybody in that church. Everybody respected him, right? This is like somebody who currently earns, I'm just giving an equivalent of, because this happens in the 70s. But let's just put it in the context of these days. Like you earning $2 million a year. Wouldn't everybody respect you? Can you imagine your salary being $2 million a year? Now, in the same church was another man whose salary was just $100,000 a year. No, sorry, was $50,000 a year. So one person was earning $2 million a year. Another person was earning $50,000 a year. But the $2 million a year guy remained a professional, never invested his money. He was living big life. The guy earning $50,000, this is a true story, by the way. The two of them are alive. The guy earning $50,000 decided to become an entrepreneur. And then from the little money he was making from all this entrepreneurship, he would do investments, he would do a couple of stuff and all of that. Today, true story, ladies and gentlemen, true story, right? The one who used to earn $50,000 a year but converted it into a source of passive income, today sits on a company that is worth over $50 billion. True story. Right? If you were to sell his company, it's worth over $50 billion. Meanwhile, the other person who was earning $2 million, okay, is retired. He's a retiree now. He does not even earn up to $10,000 a year anymore. True story. And this lesson, because he was talking to his son, he said, time will work for you. So a lot of us, the reason why we're not investing in passive income is because we just think that, how long will it take for me to convert my $10,000 today to a multi-million? How long? You're thinking of the time it will take. You're thinking of the energy, you're asking yourself, this thing will take time. But guess what? Time will always work in the favor of the person who goes after passive income. I promise you. Meanwhile, the one who goes after active income, time will work against them. Because the older they get, the less more money they will have access to. Those who focus on earned income. And that's one of the disadvantages of earned income. The older you get, the less of earned income you're able to attract. Because there's law of diminishing return. As you get older, people want to deal with younger people. Younger people have more energy. But guess the good thing, if you had put in a lot of your resources into passive income in the days when you are younger, you have energy, the older you get, guess what? The richer you will become. Because your passive income, vehicles will have compounded over time. That's why you say time will work for you. Right? The passive income will have compounded and compounded and compounded. So the older you get, the richer. So for example, right? I look up to old age. I'm already imagining what I'll be worth when I'm 50 years old. Oh boy, it will be loud. I'm already imagining how much I'll be worth when I'm 60 years old. When I'm 70 years old. Oh boy, we will redefine the definition of being rich. Because of everything I'm doing today are sources of what? Passive income. They are sources of what? Passive income. Everything I'm putting my hands on are things that will make me more richer 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now. Some of them is not even making me rich today because I'm just putting in. But guess what? I look forward to old age because I have built enough sources of passive income. Come on, I need to see your excitement. Come on. Can I see your excitement? I know what somebody will say. What if I'm already 50? What if I'm already 60? Is it not too late? It's not too late. Abraham started at 75. It's never too late to start obeying the law of money. Never ever too late. Abraham started obeying the law of money at 75. At 75, Abraham was only getting earned income from his father's estate. He didn't have any estate of his own. Himself, his wife, was living in his father's house and he was earning from his father's estate. And one day God got angry and said, come on, aren't you ashamed? Right? Abraham, now is the time for you to go and build your own estate. Get out. So if Abraham started at 75 and eventually became one of the richest people, and Abraham is linked to 3 religions, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. Every of this religion is tied to Abraham. Okay? That's the man who started at 75. Right? They say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Abraham wasn't that wise at 70 and still made it. So it's never too late to figure it out when it comes to your finances. Come on. How many of you are excited about today's class? Have you gotten value? If you got value, type I got value. So I'll take a few of your questions. Tell me if you are here. Let me know. Because you wanted to ask me a question the last time. So it's good to take your question now. And if you have questions. But have you enjoyed today's class? Come on, I want you to comment. If you enjoyed today's training, 3 laws of money we looked at today. Just type I enjoyed it, got value, awesome, whatever word you want to use, right? Ari Ikese, thank you, doctor. You're welcome. Don't forget, tomorrow, 11 a.m. prompt. I don't do African time. We're launching our new estate in Richmond, Texas, right? It's 11 a.m. prompt. Send me a DM and tell me, can you send me a request so I can pull you up? So tomorrow is going to be awesome. We'll stream it as well for those of you who are not in Richmond. But if you can come, it will be lovely. I would love to meet you, and we'll have a great time together launching our new estate. Okay, it will be really, really a beautiful experience, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, tell me. Okay. DM if you want to be part of the launch tomorrow. Just send me a DM and I'll give you the address, and then we'll see by 11. Tammy, how are you?
I'm fabulous, doctor. I'm happy to see you. Hi, everyone.
I can hear
I hope
you.
you
It's
can.
like
Okay.
because you're in the car, you don't want to make too much noise, but I can hear you.
You have told me to not make carry. Hi, everyone. Doc, thank
So
you.
you,
Doc,
you you said you had a question the last time. So
yes, yes, I have a question for you. Hi, everyone. I see you. I celebrate you. Hi, hi. So my question is, what do you think is responsible for how our people learn? They watch live streams like this, they are packed in conferences, seminars, like they are there. I remember coming to the US, and when I attend conferences, I'm seeing 30 people in class. I'm seeing 12 people in class, and I'm like, where's everyone? They're like, they're busy, they're at work. But I'm so used to our seminars having 200 people. We have speakers bragging that the room was, 2,000 people. I remember my master classes. If I have 50 in the class, I would feel like a failure. But here, 12 people, 10 people, 50 people, just very small numbers. And so I'm wondering, all those people who are packed in these seminars, what is the disconnect you have noticed between that knowledge and the results they have? Because they say knowledge is power. Look at us, we are over 80 people on this live stream. Yet, the results we are getting, that I see people get, is so ridiculous. You would wonder, what is the problem? So my question is, what have you noticed to be the cause for the disconnect between knowledge and results for most people? Can you speak to that, please?
very good question, right? So very, very good question. So I believe you're talking about people of color, right?
Absolutely, yes. That's us.
Yeah. So for people of color, so in life there are two forces, right? Good, bad, um, positive, negative, right? Blessing and curses. So you have the yin yang, right? The Japanese call it the yin yang,
Mm-hmm.
and what often happen is that an average person of color already has a tons and loads of negative,
Mm,
loads and loads of negative. If I will break it for you in this story, because I think that's just the easiest way.
okay.
Tyler Perry worked his life from being homeless, right, to finally making his first $750,000. But guess what? He ended that year being so broke and was owing IRS and couldn't pay his taxes.
Mm,
The next year, he made, I think, $2 million. Same thing happened. The third year, Tammy, he made $7 million. Same thing happened. Until he finally figured it out and said, enough, I think it's okay for me to help myself first, right? It's okay for me to get to the topmost top first
mm,
before I can help anybody else. Because why was he constantly in trouble? All the money was making, people were blackmailing him eh,
emotional blackmail.
emotionally into giving it all away, right? He literally felt guilty having so much money and then was living in so much poverty. Everybody around him, his neighbors, those he lived with, his friends,
Mm,
everybody was struggling.
mm,
So many of us, we really want to be wealthy, want to be rich, but everything around us is anti our beliefs. Even when we eventually struggle to get something, we're still surrounded again by all. So at some point, it sucks all those success out of you. So you come for a seminar and then you are so inspired, but then you
right.
go back to a negative voice. Now, who said more? The seminar maybe was, let's say, it was even 5 hours,
Mm,
right?
mm,
In the next 24 hours, you spend more time with your spouse. And all that
right.
5 hour positivity is already taken out,
Sucked out of you.
sucked out, and you are back into that negative realm. And this
Wow.
is the reason why a lot of those who crack this code,
Mm,
spend regular time alone. Alone.
mm,
Oftentimes, those who are close to me, where are you? I'm alone. What are you doing alone? Like, why do you enjoy being alone? But that's the time I'm able to catch my breath, digest, and craft the vision I desire. Because many of the people I knew growing up never, even when I tell them my dreams, they just burst into laughter.
mm,
You must be a joker,
mm,
right?
mm,
How dare you even dream
dream.
this big? How
Mm,
dare you? I remember when my friend visiting the Richmond site yesterday, and all he was just shouting, "How do you get something like this? How do you dare something like this?" I mean, all he kept saying, "How do?" Oh, I mean, he was saying from a positive perspective, being a good friend. But you can imagine how many other people are just pissed off with me for being ambitious. Stupid guy. What's
mm,
wrong with him? Does
mm,
he think America is Africa? How dare him dream big? How dare him try big projects? Right? Does he feel he's better than us? That
So,
is what we are battling with as
i-
people of color.
if I hear you well, you're saying the first thing you would attribute the gap between
Yeah.
knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and results is
Mm-hmm.
environment,
Yeah.
the people who surround you,
Yeah.
because they can literally suck out all the positivity, all the dreams, all the ambitions you
Yeah.
have,
Yeah. Yeah.
suck it out of you, that you lose focus, you lose
Yeah.
vision, and then it makes a mockery of what you know.
Even the speaker you are praising, they will tell you his history. How about that?
Mm,
Like if you
mm,
like if you go and say, "Oh, Grant Cardone said this," I say, "Let me show you how many 10 negative reviews about Grant Cardone."
mm,
You want it to be deceiving you like all those other guys is been scamming, right?
right.
So suddenly you begin to have doubts about what you even learned from the so-called speaker,
Mm, mm,
right? And
mm,
it's for all of us. Sometimes I remember for me, my first deliverance came from my spiritual mentor. And I went to talk to my dad. I said, I have this spiritual mentor. My dad was the first. I said, what nonsense is he talking about? All those
mm.
shokoro baba, shokoro baba. Then my friend, get out from
Baba.
here. you know, my biological father was the first person to discourage me from my first spiritual mentor who really had a great
Oh,
impact on my life.
hold on. I think that is similar to what you said now. They are all those aspect to aspire coaches. That's what we call
Exactly.
them now.
Right? So just get out of here. So
Aspire.
we as people of color, we are, surrounded by so many people
Mm,
who are mentally, emotionally far from those dreams and aspirations. I
that's
mean, if you're
fine.
a white person, for example,
Mm,
average white family, average, not all, is either second generation middle class, third
mm,
generation middle class, or sometimes second generation wealth,
class.
right?
First class.
Some
Mm,
are fourth generation wealthy. Donald
mm,
Trump is third generation wealthy. His
mm,
grandfather came to America and was into gold business, and then later did real estate. His dad has so many properties in New York. Then he took it, he was now the one who took it further to start doing Manhattan. In fact, the dad had issues with him because that was doing more of Queens and all these other areas, just building residential. And then he wanted to do skyscrapers and was really, really
Right,
ambitious and all of that.
right.
So imagine the kind of background he has.
Mm,
And now you can see why he's so audacious and how an average African thinks the guy is too arrogant.
it's
Because
crazy.
all he's ever seen and known is possibilities,
Daring big
right?
things. Right,
But what
right.
you and I have always known as people of color is impossibility. In fact,
Mm,
almost every dream, the next answer you hear is, it can't be done. Don't deceive
mm,
yourself. It's not
mm,
possible. How
mm,
many people like you have done it? Right? They
mm,
will come after you. You know, almost
mm,
everything. Right? So I think it's one of course, there are other reasons why there's a gap between what we hear and the results we generate. But this is one of the major reasons. Our system, okay, is against positive mindset. Our culture is against abundance and affluence. It's just against it. You know, and everybody around you will discourage you and tell you, stop that nonsense. Wake up from
from your
your
dreams.
fantasy. Be realistic, right?
Mm,
You know,
mm,
in fact, if you've not heard this word from your friends and your loved ones, then you are not dreaming enough. And the word is simply the way you are going, you will soon be a scammer. The Yoruba word for this is that Moshe Law Yoshima Jami. If you've not heard this
mm,
from your family
mm,
members,
mm,
right? If you have not heard this from your family members or your friend, you are not dreaming big enough,
mm,
right? You are
mm,
not dreaming
mm.
big enough. But you are
Yes,
dreaming
please
big
stay in your
enough.
lounge. Please stay in your
Yeah?
lounge, please. Okay, okay. I love it. I love what
What did you
you.
say?
I mean, stay back in your lounge so that you don't lose network. We're
Yeah,
breaking up.
I'm up already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I was hoping
So,
to catch you in the lounge.
uh, okay. So, do you understand? So
Yeah.
typically that is really the thing. Everybody around you is just gonna tell you that, hey, you know, I remember somebody was sharing with me. This is a multi-billionaire in dollars. This man has been doing $20 billion in oil business as far back as over 10 years ago.
Mm,
And he was telling me his own story. He said he was telling one of his family members that one day I'll be loading vessels with oil and I'll be bringing them to Nigeria. He said, and the family member looked at him again and said, the way you are going, you'll soon be a
you
thief.
you
He said,
soon
who
steal.
in our lineage, do you know what a vessel is? Who in
Mm,
our lineage has ever done something like that? Like, what is making you? Are you high? Are you smoking something? Are you are you drinking something? Like
mm,
vessel. And he said
mm,
to me, he said, Dr. Stevie, you know what's funny today? I
mm.
can't even count how many vessels I've brought
Vessels
to
we have.
Nigeria. I've brought
Look at that.
hundreds,
Look at
hundreds.
that. Look at that.
Meanwhile, I was telling him I would bring maybe one or two, and the guy was freaking out.
You are bringing one or two vessels. As you are going, you soon steal. You soon steal as you are going. Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. Somebody is asking that how can they break free from such a limitation? And that's just like the next thing I was going to ask you, because my question would have been, what is the biggest, thing causing the gap between what we know and the results? And you've just taken time to really highlight it. And now my question would be, how do you recommend that we come out of that kind of limitation? How do we get better? How do we at least leave that stage so that our results can begin to look like what we know? Okay.
Well, I think first thing is you have to acknowledge the fact that you might temporarily need to leave your loved ones. It's unfortunate I'm saying this. And when I say temporarily, it means that mentally now, not necessarily physically, you
Mm.
will need to have a phase, and sometimes physically anyway, you will need to have a phase of your life where you practically will have to disconnect with majority of the people you've known, just to reduce their influence in your life until you have gotten results in these things you're talking about. And then
So
at that point,
hold that thought.
eh?
Hold that thought.
Yes.
So when I also teach this to my women, they say, what if the person is your spouse? So before somebody
Yeah,
thinks, kindly
there
address
are
that quickly.
good question. There are ways to disconnect mentally and not disconnect in reality.
People,
Deeper this sinner.
people,
How
I
you
can
doing?
share.
Right? There are ways to disconnect mentally, right? For example, you can choose a room in your house as your office room, and you spend a good number of time there. And of course, seek the permission of the person to just give you that space. So it doesn't have to be. I mean, I keep saying it today. My wife
It's not fight.
today,
It's not
people,
quarrel.
yeah, it's not correct. When I see you have to be. I mean, you're married. There's nothing you can do.
Mm.
When I got married, my business immediately collapsed.
Hmm.
I keep telling people this because they can't believe it now because my wife is so much involved in business and she's also involved in the business I do that people can't believe. In fact, a lot of men now use my wife to be, can't my wife be like your wife? And I'm like,
That's
don't
true.
compare. You don't know where she started from.
Mm.
At some point, my wife told me, Oni, go and get a job. Because this
Mm.
since your business has collapsed and you're just sitting at home and nothing is working and you couldn't renew your office, go and
Mm.
get a job. Right?
Mm.
My wife had to tell me that. I
Mm.
had to use a lot of emotional intelligence to beg her that things will get better. I mean, for a good numbers of years, my wife wasn't really interested in this business thing. I say I'm
Mm.
doing, right? It
Mm.
was when the results started coming that,
My husband
oh,
too. I have to
you
say
know,
that so that it doesn't. I remember my husband too. He would always talk. You are always on your phone. It was an issue with my parents. They had to settle quarrel. Until see, I am working on this phone. There was a particular night that you say that did not happen. My husband snatched my phone from me and threw the phone away to the on the ground. The phone literally split. Techno phone, the cover, went one way. The battery came out because it was late. I was on the phone. But the moment I began to bring in like 100K, 200K per
ah,
month,
the best supporter.
which was more than what he was earning as salary then.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now, in fact, he will hold the phone for me while I'm pressing it at night. So I can relate to what you are saying. Please go on.
And for me too, that was exactly what happened because I mean at the beginning I remember
Okay.
she also had
Thank
friends who will now be telling her
you.
stuff like you know
Thank
my husband used to cook, my husband used to wash clothes,
you.
my husband just wash is so romantic, he even washed my pants.
Now,
And
so
so one
that's
day my
my husband
wife
too.
came and she started telling me this story of one of our friends. So me and the lady's husband are friends. My
Mm.
wife and his wife are friends.
Okay.
So
Common
like
sense.
this person told me that the husband wash her pants, does chores for her, do this,
Mm.
do typically like can't you copy your friend?
Mm-hmm.
At least you can go and confirm from him. This is what your mates
He
are
said.
doing.
Mm.
So I had to tell her, I said, well, I don't know what is the vision of my friend, but what a chef can do, what a maid can do,
Can do.
what a, a dry cleaning machine can do.
Right.
I don't want to use this brain to do it
So
because
mm.
this brain is calculating billions, even though I don't
Mm.
have it yet. And I said to
Mm.
her, I said, I promise you, a time is coming. How many maids do you want? How many chefs do you want? How
Right.
many washing machine? I will provide.
Yes.
But right now, allow me use this brain,
First.
you know, to cook up something great for us.
Right.
She's just be like, okay.
Right.
I remember Just 2 years after that,
Mm.
we just made it a little bit, moved to a better house. Our
Mm.
friend was now repeating the same. The husband is not always around. I said, will I eat my husband? I beg, let him go and work. Let him go. You know, you say, will I eat the man? You know, I beg, let him go and hustle. Right?
Right.
He should go and work. You know,
Mm.
once she started seeing the results, she became exceptionally supportive. So I think at some point, and sometimes it's not your spouse, it's your dad, it's your mom, it's your uncle, it's your
See.
niece, it's your nephew,
Mm.
it's your cousin.
Mm.
I've seen people tell me who literally abandon their business because their mother is sick. And I'm like,
Mm.
how do you get money to even help?
To
The
take care
best
of you.
help is have good money to take your mother or your father to a good hospital, not to sit
Right.
down every day in the hospital.
Right.
But some people
Right.
have that emotional baggage. Like they just feel I must be there physically. The definition of care is only the physical one, which truly some part of care is physical. We
Mm.
can't deny that. But it's not all.
You're not a doctor. Doctor.
Exactly. You're not a doctor. And so your presence will not heal that person.
Mm.
So go work yourself up and generate enough liquidity so that the person can go to the good hospital. And I've
All
seen
right.
people mess their life up like
You want
that.
to
So at some point,
allow
you
me to
need to
spare you.
separate a bit
Good.
and
Yeah.
develop the ideas, develop the rigidity, develop, I call it the conviction. Because when you start hearing all these things from speakers, right,
Mm.
you are not yet convinced. You just heard it.
Mm.
And that's why the Bible says faith cometh by hearing
And
and
hearing
hearing,
the word
you
of
know.
God.
So there's a need for hearing and hearing and hearing. And at some point, you need to incubate those ideas and those hearing for it to solidify. And if it's not well incubated, you know, it won't work. I think we can end here, you know. Guys, I hope you've
Yes.
gotten some
Yes.
value. And tell me,
I
thank you
hope so.
for joining and asking all the
Thank
questions,
you.
okay?
Thank you very
We
much.
love you all. God
Love
bless you. Bye
you.
bye.